my 2025 breeding plans and I'll go over them, but they are subject to change. So I'll go over kind of my ideas for right now, but timing gets weird. Things change just in my head. I make different decisions. So this is a tentative plan. Let's start with Erlene. So she's due first next year. She's currently bred to my stud VS Code Red. Next year, we're going to see how this baby looks. She's a very proven show horse. And so since she's due very early, if all works out, we might do 2. Okay, so we might do an embryo transfer into a recip and then let her carry one as well. And if we did that, we would most likely do VS Code Red again and a first things first baby, meaning Denver, my young stud. One thing I like to do when I'm breeding is I like to have, if the baby comes out looking nice, I like to have 2 years in a row of the same stallion, because then if one goes on and does like really well in the show pen, you've got one coming right up behind it that's bred the same way. For Sophie, I'm going to just be real. I don't see her carrying a baby next year. I see someone else carrying a baby for her and then leaving open, and we'll do ICSI next year while she gets even more healthy, and she's very sound. And so I would love to have her here as like a practice show horse, like that I could ride on and get my eck legs back and ride in an English saddle. So we already are trying to do ICSI with her with VS Code Red, but I would also like to do it with First Things First, my young stud. And then if we get a plethora of embryos, we might try a couple more with Good, Better, Best, or allocate your assets, since she's been bred to them and the babies are very nice. Again, Kennedy, not going to be carrying a baby next year. I already know. So she's due very early in January. We will go ahead and do a couple of conventional embryo transfer flushes to breed her into, a couple of my recips, and then we will do ICSI. So I plan on doing ICSI a lot with her next year, or probably 3 or 4 times to different stallions. I can't breed her to either of my studs, so I'll probably do It's a Southern Thing, machine made. I would love to do invitation only, and maybe Good I Will Be. Let me know what your thoughts on that. Ginger is due in February. Again, she's a young mare. She's very healthy. We'll see how all things go. I don't think I'd be doing an embryo transfer from her into another mare. And if my vet says she's good for another breeding, we'll go ahead and breed her again since she's so early. She's a younger mare, and if she keeps that weight up, I'm fine with it. She's looking so good right now. If she could just keep herself out of the dang vet clinic from weird crap. But I would probably consider breeding her to someone else, because I've bred her to Cool Breeze 2 years in a row, and I do want to expand who she's bred to. With her being an RL Best of Sudden VS Code Red, I'm kind of thinking either machine made or It's a Southern Thing. But let me know what you think. Trudy, I'm not sure if she's going to carry for herself next year. We might, again, leave her open and allow her to be ICSI'd a little bit more. We already have some embryos in the bank by Good, Better, Best. We're going to continue with that cross because it is very proven already, but I would like to see her crossed with my young stud First Things First as well. I think that would be fantastic. Indy will be crossed with VS Code Red next year. She will carry her own baby. I'm very excited for that. And with the fact that she's open this year, it means we can start trying a little bit earlier in the season, which means she will be early to foal the next year. And I'm excited about that. Annie will carry her own baby next year as well. We won't be doing any embryo transfer with her next year. So she will foal, and then whenever my vet says ready, we'll breed her right back. And that's the easiest part, when you just breed them to carry their own baby. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in embryo transfer, things just get real complicated. But I will be breeding her to First Things First, my young stud. So with Happy, it's very much up in the air as if she's needed as a recip, because she is due kind of late in the season. I've bought a couple of embryos for next year. And so it all kind of depends on if she's needed as a recip or not, because she herself produced a very nice baby this year, and I would love to breed her back to made for it. I think that would be fantastic, but she's still young, and the embryos that I purchased are more proven than she is. And so if she's needed for those embryos or for one of my proven mares, then she will carry for them instead of herself. And we know the drill with Beyonce. She does not carry for herself anymore. But what's cool is I do have some embryos by VS Code Red frozen with her. We will probably do a conventional flush with Code Red once again for this coming year. And then I actually booked Beyonce to a stud she's never been bred to before, which is making me willy wild. So really excited about that cross. I'm excited to possibly cross him with Ginger in the future as well. I only bought the breeding for Beyonce this year, and I'm probably doing that breeding first so that I get it over with and I get it done in the not so crazy time of breeding season. And then I'll either use one of the frozen embryos or breeder to code red for a flush. So there is a possibility, I believe there is someone who wants to breed Beyonce to their stallion as well. So we might be flushing her for them. Have to see when the time comes. And like I said, I did purchase a couple of embryos to breed to my young stud and VS Code Red. So really excited about that. I don't think we're gonna have more than 10 babies next year, hopefully. I think that's kind of my limit, but I don't know how many I just listed off. So let me know what you think.